Let's face it, there's a lot we could potentially gripe about when it comes to using Instagram to market our resources. So today we're tackling the 3 most common pain points I hear and how you can relieve those pain points using your data. So teacher authors, go ahead and reheat that cup of coffee because I'm your host, Cassandra Foster, and we're about to get schooled in socials. Welcome back to Schooled in Socials. Today, we're getting to the nitty-gritty of some Instagram data analysis by tackling some pain points I've heard from all of you. Now, if you haven't already listened to the first episode in this month's series, episode 74, Instagram Data 101, you're going to want to pause here and go back and take a listen. That episode will give you the terminology and background knowledge you need to understand the solutions I'm going to share with you today. Let's start problem solving. I've been serving the GPT seller community for over 3 years now, and with all of the teacherpreneurs I've spoken to, there are 3 pain points I hear again and again when it comes to social media content. What I hear from group 1 is that they find it very draining and difficult to have a blank slate each month and come up with content ideas so that they can get their content out the door. People from group number 2 feel like they don't have any engagement on their posts and no one is paying attention to their content. And group number 3 really wishes Instagram would drive more traffic to their TPT stores and result in more sales. And some people are feeling more than one or are feeling all 3 at the same time. So let's start to solve some of these pain points with our Instagram analytics. So if you fall into group number 1 and you're sick of having that blank slate each month and you're wondering what to post on Instagram, here's what you're going to do. You are going to look at your best performing content and you're going to repurpose it by creating a static post, carousel post, and a reel about that topic. So to start, you're going to head to your professional dashboard and look at your top posts under the Accounts Reached section. And personally, I suggest changing the date range that's up in the upper left-hand corner. Its default is 30 days, and I suggest changing that to 90 days so you can view your best performing content over time versus just the last month. Okay. Once you've gotten to that top post section under Accounts Reached, then I want you to see what your top 3 or so posts are that are reported there. Take a look at them, see what they are all about, and then I want you to navigate to the Accounts Engaged section in the professional dashboard and look at your top 3 or so posts there. Once you've done that, I want you to compare your top post from each section. If you see the same post in each section, that's great. It's an awesome indicator that that is truly one of your top performing posts, and you can take that topic that post talks about, and you can go create a static post, a carousel post, and a reel about it to get your content out the door. Now, if there aren't any of the same posts in each of those sections, which is unlikely, but it can happen, see if there's a common topic or theme among the posts, and then capitalize on that by creating a static post, a carousel, and a reel about it. Now, if you're feeling like you're not getting any engagement on your posts and people aren't interested in your content, you're going to go ahead and you're going to look at the content that perform the best with engagement. And you're going to find patterns in that content and create more content like that to get an engagement boost. So again, you're going to head to your professional dashboard. You're going to go to the Accounts Engaged section. Again, I recommend changing that date range to 90 days. And you're going to take a look at the posts listed under By Top Content. Then you need to ask yourself a few questions here. What media types are those top performing posts when it comes to engagement? Are you seeing that reels are getting more engagement, or carousels, or static posts? What topics do those posts cover? Are you educating your audience with tips for their classroom? Are you sharing something relatable about teaching? Or even more specific, are all these posts about reading instruction or classroom management? And finally, what kinds of CTAs are you using in those top performing posts for engagement? Did you ask them to comment, share, like, save? Was there something else you were asking them to do? And once you establish some similarities between those posts, you're going to take those similarities and you're going to use those features to help you create content that will help give you an engagement boost. There's no doubt if you've been around for a hot minute, you know the importance of analyzing your social media data to help you reach your big business goals. But if the thought of diving into that data on your own has been holding you back from the content clarity that it can bring, I've got your back. With my quarterly data analysis service, I'm here to be your data bestie right alongside of you, diving into your analytics and outlining a content plan so that you can take effective action. This way, you get all the benefits of having your eyes on your data to help make goals for the new year without having to take a course or wade through the numbers by yourself. It's time to tap into the magic of your social media data, and you don't even have to add anything to your plate to do it. Just hop on the waitlist right now in the show notes. I know your future self will thank you. And finally, if you're in group number 3, where you wish Instagram would drive more traffic to your TPT store, which I'm sure the majority of us are in this group, then you want to look at your promotional posts that you've done in the past, where you have promoted one of your resources, and you want to look at which ones got the most link clicks or comments to get the link for that resource. Again, think about what those posts have in common and then create similar promotional posts. So again, you'll go to the professional dashboard. You're going to find your top 3 performing promotional posts under accounts reached. And I would also find which ones pop up under accounts engaged. And you're going to do a little comparison again. So what kind of posts are they? Were they reels, static posts, carousels? What teaching topics were those resources covering? How did you talk about the resource in the caption? What CTAs did you use? So basically, you're going to break down those top performing posts and you're going to take note of any similarities between them. And then again, you're going to use those similarities as a guide to create more promotional posts to direct people to your resources on TPT. When it comes down to it, if we're going to solve our content creation problems when it comes to our Instagram marketing, we really just need to do some comparison and noting of similarities between posts that got the results we were looking for, and then recreate those conditions in new posts. Now, if you aren't feeling 100% confident heading to your professional dashboard and doing this type of analysis by yourself, I do have a free training that walks you through these pain point solutions where I actually model for you the thought process you need to go through while analyzing each of your posts. I show you my dashboard, what conclusions I draw from the data I am seeing, and what I would do with my content to solve that pain point. This way, you can have a clear picture of what you need to do when analyzing your content. And I'll leave the link for that free training in the show notes for you so you can grab it if you need it. All right, Cold Coffee friends, thanks so much for listening. If you're loving getting schooled in socials, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss an episode. Also, I would love it if you left a review so that other teacher authors like you can start getting schooled in socials too. All right, I'll see you in the next episode.